Hey guys, what's up? It's time for a June update. It's June 2023, and I haven't made a video in a while, so let's talk about what's going on. So last summer, I moved here to Benton, close to Wren Lake, pretty close to the end of last summer. And as you can see, I'm enjoying this summer season so far, paddleboarding. And last year I decided because I could not figure out, I didn't think there was a way I could transport a kayak without, I didn't have a roof rack, don't have a truck, and I didn't think we could fit one in our van. So I ended up buying like a cheap inflatable kayak, and I really enjoyed it. I went out and but after about like maybe the seventh or eighth trip with the kayak, it got a hole in it and it started leaking really bad. Early this summer, I tried to patch that hole several times, and this thing, I just cannot seem to find the hole. I'll patch a hole, and then it leaks somewhere else, and like it seems like all three air chambers are leaking now. Plus, when I started using like an actual hard kayak, my mom bought one so she could go too, and then Shauna tried it as well. When we use the real kayak, it's like the inflatable one is really, really, really doggy. It's just like it's just not very much fun. You're kind of sitting in this big floppy bubble of air, and it's just no good. So we got a regular kayak for Shauna. We realized we could put it into the back of the van, and I got this paddleboard, and I'm really enjoying the paddleboard so far. It's been like a lot of fun to paddleboard. I really like that you can sit on it, you can kneel on it, like kind of canoe style. And then, of course, you can stand. And standing is, in some ways, the most fun, but also most difficult way to use it. It's a little slower for me standing right now, and going straight's kind of hard, but it's also it seems really fast compared to the big, heavy plastic kayaks. And it's a lot easier to move around, but airing it up's a problem, so that's something I'm working on. My big event this year for cycling was going to be Tulsa Tough, and I was going there for two reasons. I wanted to ride the Grand Fondo. It's been a long time, but it's been a long time since I've run like a big organized group ride, like one day sort of thing like that. Last year I did Bragg, which was a lot of fun, but also kind of dragged on a little bit, and I was like, I'll just do one big, kind of like all out one day event. So I'd been kind of preparing for this ride, looking forward to it, was really fired up. And then also I was excited for the crits because I've never seen a pro crit. And I thought, man, it'd be so cool to see a pro crit. I've been following it, and I know, like some of the people and some of the teams, and I thought that'd be awesome. So me and my brother went up to Tulsa, but the night before I got sick, and like it was the weirdest sickness I've ever had because I didn't get it's like stomach issues. I didn't cough. I didn't have like head issues really. I just got suddenly really, 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 really cold. Thursday night at about 10 o'clock, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden I cannot stop shivering, and I'm just like shaking. I covered up with like every blanket in the house, and pretty soon I was like sweating. Then I take them off and I'm shivering again. So it's like classic sort of flu symptoms. And I just like woke up Friday morning. I hadn't hardly slept at all, and like it was 5 o'clock and we're heading for Tulsa. I've bought tickets for the ride. I've got all of this, like preparations made. I'm like, I'm just going to go because I'm probably going to feel better. And I thought, I don't feel terrible, and my brother will drive. So he drove up there, and I just laid in the seat, just kind of like dazed for most of, pretty much the whole trip. Right about the time we got to Tulsa, I think adrenaline kicked in, and I was like, I'm better. I feel fine. I'm over this. The fatigue kind of went away. We went down to the race, and I was excited and walked around. I took pictures, and I hung out, and, we had a good time. But then about that night, I was filming the Blue Dome crit here, and I'd been getting kind of sick feeling again, kind of fatigue. And then all of a sudden, I had to sit down on the curb, and I thought I was going to have to like have somebody come pick me up. I was like struggling to like stand, and I just got so extremely exhausted, fatigued, and I was getting that like really, really hot feeling again, and ended up having another night just the same way. And it kind of repeated there for like 4 days in a row. At night I'd get shivers and couldn't sleep. I'd be incredibly hot, incredibly cold, incredibly hot, incredibly cold. Wake up and Saturday morning, I didn't feel like riding at all. I mean, there was no way. I couldn't even get out of bed. I was so dead. I missed the first day. I was going to also, I'd signed up to do the second day, which was like 68 miles. And I thought, well, I'll feel better by then. But I felt worse. It was a horrible trip. I've never gotten sick in June before like this, where I just, like I said, if I'd been on like a week-long ride, it would have been, I guess, 3 days of just riding the truck and being sick. But I never had any other symptoms, like I never really got sick to my stomach. I never had any gastro issues, any respiratory issues. It was just extreme fatigue, extreme hot and cold. I had fever. I think the highest fever I ever recorded was 102. And I was with my brother for like the whole 3 days, stuck in a car, stuck in a hotel room. And he never got sick, and Shauna never got sick. So whatever I had, I'd been working in the woods a lot on mountain bike trails a few weeks before, and I kind of think maybe I might have had Lyme disease. I mean, that sounds stupid, but like a mild case or something, because I had extreme fatigue, I had extreme sore joints, I got chills, which that's all, and it could have been many other viruses. I went to the doctor, and they didn't know. So anyway, my June is kind of, it's June 19th right now today, and I just finished up. I was able to finish up the 133-mile ride across Illinois yesterday, or day before yesterday, Saturday. I didn't do nearly as good as last year, and I think it's really got more to do with being sick. I just I never really felt good on the whole ride. Like, I never felt energetic. The whole time it was just kind of like slogging through it. So I really hope, because I mean, like, I didn't really get better until Wednesday. I rode Tuesday night, but I felt kind of crappy, and then I felt pretty bad Thursday and Friday. I did short rides, and it just felt horrible. So I'm happy that I finished it, because I wanted to quit really bad, and I think I struggled so much because I was sick. So anyway, at this point now, I don't really have any big events left. Like, there's really nothing that I have planned. No races, no rides. The next big group ride would probably be Tour de Corn, which I may go do, especially if I can get somebody to go with me. But as of now, I'm kind of just like, I don't know. We're trying to do a crit ride on Thursday nights, and I guess that's my goal right now. So maybe I need to do a lot less riding, or a lot more recovery, and get feeling good. So anyway, guys, that's my June update. See you later.